Come on, everybody, let's start the show. A quick ahoy hoy and away we'll go. Richard's got a minifig and Flynn's got a pin. The gang's all here and it's time to begin. Tricky Bricks roll call. Moto, Holly, Cara, and sometimes Blair, Clicky, Logan, Ms. Thing and Angela, and Thunderman Ho! Now you're here to grab your bricks and let's go to the Tricky Bricks Build and Chat Show! Oh, it wouldn't be a day without a technical difficulty. Hello, friends!
It'll just be a few minutes. We'll be here momentarily.
Well, and I love that we've put forward the mythology that one day we'll actually get ourselves together enough to, have it be a thing.
We're usually here by 20 after or something, aren't we? Pretty good together.
We usually got it together by a little ways in. But anyway, hope y'all are having an awesome Sunday. It is kind of like the end of an era, beginning of a new era. This is like
as of yesterday,
the last time of excuse me, the last week of the regular schedule of the show, and then starting next week it's just starting next week is just all Sundays all the time. All Sundays all the time. So that should be fun. Actually, very much looking forward to that. We did a lot of building yesterday. We had a lovely Tricky Lug meeting yesterday as well.
I would call the building we did yesterday doing it the hard way. Right? It was one brick at a time, and do we have the color, and is it gonna sometimes it just flows, just like brick, and sometimes you just gotta keep at it.
Sometimes sometimes it's like, what can I do now? No, I can't finish this part. Okay, I'll move on to the next thing.
And then of course, understanding when you've been pushing the same brick back and forth for the last hour that maybe it's time to call it a day. Maybe it's time to start tomorrow.
That's always always a clue for me. It's like I'm like, okay, I'm just pushing bricks around the table now. It is like 100% time to move on. But that said,
that's where all the clickies went.
That said, we did get some good work done. Things are coming along nicely. And now is that like Madonna Clicky?
It's a new hairdo for Clicky.
Excuse me. We have moved along, and so we will I'll show something a little bit later. I showed it at the meeting yesterday, but I did finally finish our Labyrinth piece, and I'm really happy with it. And no, I don't mean Labyrinth, the movie with David Bowie, although that would be amazing.
That'd be pretty good. If we just sat here like juggling crystal balls effortlessly.
Lol spheres, Anyway,
we gotta build a lol sphere. It's been a while.
We have to build a little sphere. Anyway, as thrilling as all that is, I think it's time to invite on our panel for today.
I have this idea, Flynn.
What's that?
Why don't we include others in our discussion today rather than just talk to one another for 2 hours?
That is the whole reason we've gone to Sundays.
Yay!
Anyway, let's invite on from across the bay. It is the one and only Minifig Chick. Hi, Cara.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cara.
How are you?
How are you? Good.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Lots of cleaning and building today. Cleaning up the detritus from yesterday's build session. Well, actually, truthfully, from the last 2 weeks build sessions, and then starting to make a new mess. Isn't that kind of how it goes? Just like
yes, the happy
one
messes
mess to the other.
Yeah, well, you sort of work your way into, I don't know about you, but I work my way into a situation where I'm surrounded by Lego containers waist high. And then if I want to do anything else, it's time to, get out the snowplow.
Exactly.
Snowplow. Yeah. Just shove it all aside and pull out some new containers.
All right. And next up, we have he of the green hoodie. It is Moto. Hi, Moto.
Hello.
Is that a different green?
I was
going to
say you're
Yeah.
looking more saturated today.
but it's
It's-
green yet still.
It's green, but it's a little darker.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of a Robin Hood look.
Yeah. An
Put
Emerald
out
Archer.
the hood. And of course, all the way from the Pacific Northwest, it is the one, the only Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy. How's everyone Sunday?
Oh, good so
really
far.
nice.
Putting away
Good,
lots of
good.
tiny things.
Did you hear? I have Oliver Queen's style, but none of his money.
Wait, what? Huh? What?
Everything I heard.
The Green
What is
Arrow
it?
is Oliver Queen, by the way. In case you didn't know.
See what happens when I'm ignorant of pop culture, because all I heard was all of her queens, and I was like, who are
I
they?
know it's like RuPaul. RuPaul's Drag Race?
Oliver Queen.
Oh man, I think we have a name for the next game show though.
all of her queens.
Oliver Queen.
Love it.
Oh my goodness.
So, have you anybody else digging out of building to try this at the moment?
I am. Yeah, I've been putting stuff away. That's why you see me looking around. I'm trying to clean up my desk.
Yeah, that's exactly the same thing we're doing. See, so we're not alone in all this.
I'm almost there.
Whoa.
Whoa, very nice.
What's that, Holly?
I stopped by Boone's this weekend, and left with stuff.
Good
Oh,
stuff.
because
Very
he's
good.
going to the land of bricks.
He
Yeah.
is. It is.
It's
it
a
is
fire
now,
sale.
It is now public knowledge, in case anyone didn't know, that Boone has accepted a position at Lego HQ in Denmark. So he was having an everything must go sale out of his garage yesterday, which I honestly struggled with. I was having a really hard time with it. It took me a minute to even go in there because it felt to me like an estate sale after someone's died, just kind
Right.
of going through all of his stuff and just breaking things. I was like, I just felt wrong. So I had a hard time with it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, although he was happy for people to do it. So
Well, what if
Did
he
you
had
have to,
labeled
did
them
you have to
gift with
genuflect on the
purchase?
4 orientations before entering the sacred space, and you had your little Lego thing that you were?
not at all. No, it was all
Free for all.
an open invitation, and the line was literally down the block. It was kind of ridiculous.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, Holly, would you have felt differently if he had labeled the items gift with purchase?
Maybe. I don't know. I think just the whole thing felt so awful to me.
Well, it's bittersweet because he's moving
Very.
out of the neighborhood.
Yes. Very, very extremely happy for him. I know this has been a dream for a long time. So of course I'm happy for him and the family. I talked to the wife and kids for a bit, and it was all good. I just was a little choked up.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're losing a local legend, right?
Yeah. But we'll see him
This
this
is
fall.
true.
So I told Charlie, his daughter Charlie, we talked for a long time, and I asked her, I was like, so what are your favorite foods? And then she listed pizza, pasta. I was like, okay, you're gonna be fine then. But I was like, if you like Mexican food or anything, she's like, I do like Mexican food. I was like, okay, just make me a list of all your favorite foods. When you get to the market and whatever you're craving, just have your dad send me a list, and I will bring you a care package in the fall. Taco seasoning, tortillas, Kraft mac and cheese. Those are the staples.
Oh, that would be a hard one to give up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Well, and we all know how much kids love macaroni and cheese and chicken fingers.
Did she say she was
My
a fan of
favorite.
Kraft mac and cheese? Yep. And I know some 30-year-olds that are also a big fan of the Kraft mac and cheese.
Yes, I'm well aware of them as well.
Not Kraft, but they're his mac and cheese. Period.
Well, I spent a long time cooking a lot of really, really fancy stuff, and yet whenever I'm like, I'll cook you anything you want. What do you want, person?
Macaroni
And
and cheese.
9 times out of 10, it's mac and cheese, and sometimes
Meatloaf.
you don't want some, Julia Child beef bourguignon. No, I'll have the macaroni.
Well, that would be my kids, because my kids never liked Kraft mac and cheese. They've always preferred the fancy stuff. I can get away with an Annie's, white cheddar
Yeah.
shells kind of thing, but it has to still be made with It has to be made a certain way, so it
Truffle oil.
Has to be made with love, Flynn.
basically, yeah.
What's that supposed to mean? I think everything I
No.
built, I cook is made with love.
Well, you know, I always make my mac and cheese with pure hatred because I just boil the water and then I'm just like,
It's been there too.
Pure
Yeah.
hate and extra cheese.
Mac and vengeance.
yeah, I'm the Sith Lord of the kitchen. I'll tell you that. The hate fuels my rage for making great.
You've got like a
things.
2-bladed spatula.
Yes. Throw the cheese. Anyway, that was
I also
about
got the big old bag of lavender, y'all.
Yay.
Yay.
In making my
hi,
apartment,
Mom.
when I was making the apartment, I realized for the tricky collab, I realized how little lavender I had, so we had to remedy that situation.
Wow. So he was getting rid of bricks, huh?
It was everything must go. I'm not joking. In fact, he was supposed to have the sale was supposed to be Saturday and Sunday,
Uh-huh.
and he sent out a notice last night that was like, "It's all gone, you guys. There's going to be no sale on Sunday."
Wow.
Oh wow.
It
Well,
was
that's
wild.
great.
Yeah. Pretty nuts.
Your mom's here, by the way.
I
Yes.
know. I said hi. I said hi to her a second ago. And Alexander, I can't eat Kraft. I wish they made a gluten-free Kraft macaroni deal. Well,
They do.
I perfected my my gluten-free macaroni and cheese recipe for my friend Tina over a number of years. And I would say if I made it, I would challenge anyone to tell the difference. But yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
And you can buy the cheese powder too, so you could really,
Yeah, the cheese
I don't know if
powder.
it's gluten free, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could buy the orange cheese powder. It's crazy.
Orange cheese powder, please.
But Annie's
Friend.
does sell gluten-free mac and cheese if you're really into that.
I was gonna say I have seen gluten-free like boxed mac and cheese.
I bet we talk about Venn diagrams. I bet the Venn diagram of macaroni and cheese consumption and Lego building has a lot of crossover.
Well, I think the Venn
The
diagram.
Venn diagram of that and anything is a high. As long as
Hey,
you're in the United States,
it is a safe bet.
people,
This is
mac and
true.
cheese.
I'm actually not a fan. Isn't that funny? Like I don't really like boxed mac and cheese of any variety. I've tried them all.
Oh, I like
This
homemade.
surprises
way
me
more.
not a whit.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
and
something- it's
Wilfred says
something that-
mac and cheese is not a thing here in France.
Oh,
Tragedy.
tragedy.
Me either.
It is a tragedy.
But Flynn probably knows because he makes really good homemade
they-
mac and cheese
oh,
too.
man,
Like
but no.
once you've perfected like making really good mac and cheese, you can't really go back to the box stuff.
Yeah,
Not
I mean, I will eat the box stuff in a pinch. But wow, we've sure talked about macaroni and cheese for a long time.
This episode was sponsored by mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, you will enjoy it.
You know,
This is right up there with the Tube Socks episode of Kelly Brickman that I was on.
You know, Flynn, if there's anyone left in the chat,
Yeah.
you could say hi to them.
If they first we must populate the list, so everybody make sure and
Say
say
hi.
hi there in the chat, and in a minute or so we will get to saying hello to everybody. But how about we talk about pins?
I don't know. I feel like the chat was on board with the mac and cheese conversation. I'm just
Who
saying.
would not be?
I mean, I'll tell
Who
you,
would not
one
be?
of my first, like before I had a ton of followers, one of my very first popular Instagram posts was putting together the Flintstones idea set while eating tachos. And like tachos became very like everybody wanted to know about tachos. But yeah. There you
I
go.
missed that episode.
Oh no, this was on Instagram. Like
Oh yeah, I mean I missed that that
yeah, it was a
stream.
long time ago.
Nachos. Tacos and nachos mix, I assume.
No, it's tachos are tater tots with nacho toppings. And it's
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like
could
it'd be
do
good.
that.
It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I am so hungry right now.
You know, we had
Well, this is
breakfast.
the Sunday brunch bunch, so
It is. I know. We're gonna talk about food. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, anywho,
Did someone say pins?
someone said pins. I said
Oh,
pins.
pins. Shoot. Okay.
And I am going to I'm going to kick off because I'm continuing with my my collection of LGBTQIA plus Disney pins with my gift from Matthew Builds Bricks, this awesome stripedy Mickey Mouse.
That's so awesome.
I know, it's a good one, right?
I say hooray.
Hooray.
There we go. I mean, it's got some. And now that looks black, I know, but it is actually blue.
He's got Donny Osmond purple socks there.
He does. He has. And how about you?
Okay, well, I've got in honor of my friend Paint Pusher, who really likes Goofy, I've got this Goofy wristwatch right there.
Oh, cute.
Oh, thanks, Clicky.
He was on for a minute. All right, Cara.
So I got these new thick foam boards to display my pins on.
Ooh.
So I thought I'd show my entire coffee cup collection so far. I'm missing,
Wow.
let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm missing, I think, 4 to round out my complete collection.
These are pretty cheerful
You will
way
get.
to start the day.
I feel you will get them eventually.
I like the
Great.
Dalmatian one.
Holly.
Yes.
All right,
Whoops.
this is the one I had within reach. Not super exciting, but it's a Kraken anchor for the Seattle Kraken. It's a new hockey team, relatively close to us.
Sports
So you-
puck.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we went to a game. It was super exciting. It was like one of the first family outings we'd had in ages. We had a blast. We
Very
won
nice.
in like a shootout and like double overtime. You know, it was like the most as exciting as a hockey game can get. So we got our little-
Hockey's
Right.
fun in person. It goes.
yeah,
so
we
fast.
love it. We actually really do like watching hockey. So
Moto.
Yay.
Yay! That's a nice one.
Those
I'll
are
do the
some
Bricks Cascade
black
10 years pin.
pins.
Very elegant.
It almost matches, right?
It does almost match.
You do match.
There you go.
Wow, this is like Moto 3D.
And Moto 3 and 3D. All right, so let's give a shout out to everybody who's here. We've got Alexander23Z. Hello. Brett Hooper. Hi,
Hey,
Brett.
Brett.
How's it going?
Brett's
Rick
another
Wormick
trainer.
here. Carolyn, CCCCCCC. Chris
Chris
Gears and Bearings Man.
Bearingsman,
Chalice. Darren Siegfried. David Robinson. Hi, Dave. We've got Fabupan MKE. Gergonzola. The Greebling Wizard is here. Hello. Heather Mraz. We've got, I feel like somebody just popped in at the top there. Brickworm is here.
Oh,
Hello.
and Bricks,
And Bricks,
Edu,
EDU,
Blair.
Edu,
That's what
EDU,
I say.
Blair, okay. We've got Heather Mraz, Hooded One, Joshua Zender is here, Lego Don,
Lisa Head is here.
Lisa Head, and then kicking off the Emscapades, it's Marilyn Parmley, Matt Reynolds, Matthew Builds Bricks, Minifig Chick, Minifig Nick, Monica Berry, and Moto. That was epic.
Wow.
And Matt Reynolds, who we haven't seen in a little
Aw.
while. Hi, Matt,
Matt.
and family. How are you? Great to see you. We've got Rob Zaccardi and the
And the
Zaccardis.
Zaccardis.
Lana, Elena, and Vanessa are here. We've got the Hornburgers. Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. And we've got Wilfred is here. Bonsoir. And we've got Wyatt Builds. Wyatt Builds is here. Hello, Wyatt. And hello to anybody else who maybe popped in while we were scrolling down the list.
And you know, I just had to say, to jump back just a moment here.
Mhm.
If France is lacking mac and cheese, they are not lacking amazing things with cheese sauce.
That's true.
Right? I think it's
I'm
just
sure-
maybe not the mac and cheese.
I'm sure you can make them for sure.
Uh,
So did you know Brett is moving as well?
But so is Blair. Blair says he's moving.
Where's Blair
What?
going?
It just says I'm working on moving out of this house.
Oh,
Oh.
no, like Brett's moving to like Texas.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
yeah, it's
Wow.
gonna be. There's gonna be like a mass exodus from Portland. What's going on?
I bet they have really big Lego rooms in Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they have really big
Exactly.
everything in Texas.
Like you got to
Very
just
like
that.
drive around your garden cart to get to all the parts of your Lego room in Texas.
Oh my goodness! And mom, my mom's here too. Hi, mom. I don't know why you didn't end up on the list there. Not sure why.
Oh, that's cool.
Anywho, yes, in
Oh.
France, wouldn't France do bechamel?
I would say that.
I would say that too. But we'll let Wilfred be the arbiter of that particular conversation.
All right, this is kind
And
of
it
super fun.
still comes back to macaroni and cheese.
Of course.
Um,
So I'm going through this like rando bag of like parts, you know, no idea what's in here. It's all black, so you can't really see anything. But I do love that I just pulled out a Batman figure. That's perfect.
Yay!
There you go.
Very nice. Very elegant.
I feel like this bag was compiled just for me.
You need like a meteorology report for your brick room. It's like a 40% chance of Batman figures today.
40. I think it's more like 70.
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
That was in the refrigerator.
There's some good stuff in here. This is fun. Okay, so one of my favorite things. Can I do a show and tell?
Yes,
Please.
please do.
Of course.
So one of my favorite, because I walked away with more weird stuff than actually like actual Lego. But I had to have this. This is pretty good. The Galador.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's good. It's so good.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Wow.
Pristine
how
condition.
fun
This is going on a
Galador
wall.
That belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
That belongs in. Did you have
museum
to like
of
balance
horrors.
the sand? Did you have to balance the sand and do the little indie trick to get that gem, or is it just there?
He was happy for me to have it.
Okay,
Go
good.
figure. Yeah.
So, anybody make any amazing Lego purchases this week?
I bought 2 things yesterday.
Oh.
Hi, see you later.
I don't know
Hey,
if these
see
were
you
good
later,
deals, but we were at the thrift store, and that
Oh,
one's for
wow.
Small Art Director.
That's not even that old.
No,
Is that old? I mean, that's new, isn't it? That's like
Relatively.
still available?
yeah, relatively new.
Yeah.
And kind of a shout back to our holiday special.
Oh, very
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
There you go. So some brick heads. I might mess around with these during the stream. I might not, but impulse buy at the thrift store.
Wow, a day with you shopping must be like every day is AFOL day. You have a nose for bargains for Lego, Moto.
Yeah, I did. Well, the big semi debacle was we found this gamer chair that my son really wanted. Really good condition, kind of a nice chair. You know, I looked it up on Amazon. It's like $100. We went through the line, and I misread the price. I thought it was $29.99, but the 2 is really a 7.
Ooh.
So we didn't buy it, and my son was sad. But we came to agreement that he's going to use his own personal money to make up the difference and buy a new one.
Holy moly.
Wow,
So-
very cool.
So yeah, he had his heart set on a little gamer chair instead of the current chair he has for school, for his remote learning.
Well, you know, if you're going to sit in a chair for many hours a day, it might as well be one that looks like a race car.
Oh yeah, it does. It's sporty. It looks like he's moving 100 miles an hour.
Oh, I know. When I was looking for a chair, and ultimately I just ended up getting one that was kind of plain, but all of those gaming chairs that I looked at, like every single one looked like a fancy tennis shoe or like a car. Like it all had like racing stripes and like
Lighting.
lighting and head earphones and all kinds of business. And I was just like, I can't do this.
Like, I just want something comfortable. Yeah.
But then, of course, I ended up getting the one that's black that matches my black T-shirt, which makes me look like I've got some kind of like Quasimodo thing going on most of the time. But that's all right. But I am. Lisa says it's not a Lego purchase yet, but I did get my tickets and reservations for coming to Bricks by the Bay.
Yay.
Hooray!
Hey,
That is going to
close
be
enough to Lego.
I'm excited for Bricks by the Bay this year. It'll be our first one back in person in quite some time.
And you let me know when it's time for Thing from the Crypt.
Oh, well, if you have a thing from the crypt, let's do it right now, Moto.
I did.
That's time, everybody. It's time for our new Sunday feature that will be floating around between all of our guests. It's Thing from the Crypt.
So I have a collection of hammers. That should come as no surprise. This is from my hammer collection. Can you guys guess what that is?
And
A hatchet?
Abraham Lincoln's original
No.
vampire
It looks,
killing
it
hatchet.
looks like it's straight out of a horror movie, but I promise you that it is not. It actually has a function.
Okay.
So this is a roofing hammer. And
Oh.
the reason it's for roofing is you would split your cedar shakes using this end to make the actual shakes that you would place down on the roof. And then you'd use this end to hammer them in as you did your roofing.
Wow, that handle is a work of art in itself.
I was just going to say that, Blair. So would you say, Moto, that it is actually at this point hammer time?
That could, I have enough hammers where I could keep it going I could sustain this thing for about a year. But
it looks like it's solidly on there too. Do you think?
I think we're gonna have to make you a hammer time animation for this song.
If you want, but yeah, I do have a hammer collection, so I could start reviewing like all these different hammers I've collected because they all do have unique purposes.
It's like an industrial brick separator.
Oh yeah, this is my brick separator, guys. I gotta put that part where you pop them around. Yeah.
I would honestly think nothing of it if I saw an AFOL using one of those to separate their bricks.
Coming to a convention near you, and I'll get arrested for carrying this around in public.
Well, I will say, and I know I've pushed this on the show a few times, but a small rubber mallet is an essential AFOL tool, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And I've had people be incredulous about it and then try it, and then it was like their favorite new thing.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind having one.
So someone's recommending I stick two little. Let me see if I can get two tiles on this thing to make a clicky.
What, to make it a super butch clicky?
Yeah, super clicky. But no, this is also very old, so it definitely fits in that thing from the crypt category.
Yeah, that looks like it was handmade
by Abraham Lincoln.
Been well
Speaking
used.
of things from the crypt, did you get a hold of that Pee-wee's Playhouse?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Didn't want it that bad?
Well, I mean, it would be great, but I was very involved in building yesterday, which we had a pretty heavy build session for a long period of time yesterday. So when we get sucked into those long days, I mean, I don't know what it's like with y'all, but I mean, back when we did Snake Queen, we were doing sometimes 8 and 10 hour build days where we would just like, the only reason we went out is because Lilith needed to go for a walk.
You get focused, man. You get on task and the world goes by.
Well, we had this moment yesterday, and I don't remember whether it was before or after the amazing dinner. Thanks, Flynn. Working that into a build day. But Flynn said, okay, well, I'm not going to do any more. And he's standing by the build table. And before he was able to turn and walk into another room, he had picked up another part of the project, and we worked for another hour.
That's great.
Well, I mean, it's a testament to working on something that you love, right? Like you get so caught up in it. And especially now that we're getting to the point where we can start making the more the detailed portions of the build.
We get to start working on the parts people will see.
Yeah, I mean, the structure and everything is super important, and I like it, but I just
fun part.
Right. Well, and also too, this particular build includes a lot of rock work. We have several cliffs. We have a whole a whole volcano and all that, and
undersea realm.
The undersea realm, the underworld, and that really starts to get to me after a while. Like I can only really do a couple of hours session of rocks before I have to move on to something else. But speaking of something else, for those of you who weren't at the Tricky Lug meeting yesterday, where's the?
Want to get it?
Yeah, I know I showed off this a little bit on Friday's show, but I did manage to finish, with the exception of 3 little bits and some floor tiling. I'm gonna put us on the big screen for this one. I am going to show you. Here is the Labyrinth. It's not really going to have a satyr going in.
No, it'll have Theseus, and I think Ariadne is going to look a little happier, like not quite. I mean, she should look serious because he's going to face the Minotaur, but she looks kind of angry right now.
Yeah. So there is the Labyrinth. You can see the
Minotaur is hanging out
in there, but. Yeah, that's and then you can see I'm just missing a few little statues there on the side.
Yeah, and that's all dark blue. We think the gallery will be lit brightly enough. You'll be able to
Yes,
tell it's dark
I
blue.
can tell even from here, yeah, that it's dark blue. I love the contrast.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really, really, really happy with the way it came out. And I also like another thing that I did that I kind of came across recently is usually if we do sort of a single pixel detail, we would use a 1x1 round plate. And this time I used a 1x1 round tile instead.
So it has some
And
dimension.
it has a whole different look to it. And
Yeah.
I really, really love it. So
Looks great.
thanks.
Very slick.
Thank
and
you.
we don't get, since we don't get to use real lighting, we're going to have lots of braziers and torches around, you know, in bright flame colors.
That's a good idea.
So I
Plus
know
orange,
all
that
of
bright
the,
orange will reflect a lot.
The what?
The trans orange will reflect a lot of light too.
Yeah, yeah. We did some. We added some more little bits into there. We, you know, something too. I think too that's like with a piece that's gonna have a lot of tan and browns and stuff in it. It's like the that orange kind of draws
Little
your
accent.
eye. That's
Yep.
the thing when you build a big piece like we're doing with lots of different stories in it. You have to
Direct attention.
yeah, you have to give you know, tell the audience where to look so it's not too confusing. So hang on a
What
second.
are you looking up there?
I am looking up the big hoo-ha that everybody's been going on about. Now this got revealed over the weekend, and I'm trying to find a
Here.
good.
Probably gonna be
There you go! Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Now
You look so much more cheerful now.
Now this is okay. So now here's the thing. Give me a minute now. What we're talking about here is the new. I'm looking this up. Everybody's going on and on about this new Friends NASA set.
Wait,
that is
what?
supposed to be happening?
I heard something about sending mini dolls into space, but I didn't know they made a NASA set.
Yes, and
Wow.
here
Oh,
we
what?
are.
Oh, I want to
Thanks
see this.
to
I've not heard of
Brickset.
this.
Let me just share my screen here.
Wow, it's cool. That's whoa. We have to have that one.
Oh, now somebody wants to buy.
I don't
set.
even have to see it, and I know I have to have it.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, you have to have it.
I want to see
Um,
this.
Here we go. Oh, hang on.
Broken.
There
This
we
may
go.
finally be a set I want to buy. This is going to be cool.
I don't often find sets I want to buy.
Wow.
And it's even less often I find a space shuttle I want to buy. And this one is so cool.
I am a huge fan of the decor on the building that has the
Yep.
gold flexi tubes with those planets.
Yep.
So cool. There's a lot awesome going on here.
Please tell me there's a robot named Max. I don't know if you remember the movie Space Camp.
I don't remember that movie, I'm afraid. But I
It
love
keeps-
the
oh,
I love the
man.
space shuttle with like the
Dark
It's
It's
pink.
got
Good.
gold flex tube. Oh.
yeah, I was telling you, gold flex tube with those planets.
Yep.
And look at the planetarium is awesome. Oh, look, and there's a little tiny
Orrery.
orrery inside.
And
That's
we
so
get
good.
mini doll space suits.
Well, yes, we get mini doll spacesuits, like official, with the classic space logo on them. I see,
And of course, Olivia's the one who's going to go space.
of course.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
that tracks.
and we once again get the nice variety of skin tones, 4 different ones in this set, and 2 male presenting figures and 2 female presenting figures. And it looks like on this fella here standing next to Olivia, a new hairpiece.
Yeah, I
It
noticed
does
that
look
too.
new.
Short curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
Yeah.
they got the Barfatron gyrometer trainer too.
That's
Yep.
so cool. I love that.
I wonder. Mini dolls must throw up glitter, right?
That,
If they get sick.
Yes. But I mean, just check out that that splat gear on the bottom, and yeah, and I believe that orrery is also like a functioning model.
Yeah, it's got
That's
gears.
what Hooded One
Should
says.
work.
Yeah.
Well, and what are these curved panels in that Cinderella blue too?
That's that curve, quarter
It's an
quarter
observatory.
round.
It's nice in that color.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
it.
plus you get constellation stickers.
Nice.
There's nothing not to love about this.
Yeah, this is great. So
Well-
exciting.
Well, didn't Friends
Gosh,
already
dang it! They
do?
finally got me to want to buy a new set on day one.
yeah,
Finally, Amy, you got me. You got me again.
Didn't Friends
look at
already
that.
do a partnership with National Geographic for undersea exploration?
they did.
So what a great
Yeah.
new direction for Friends.
Yeah,
Science.
This is really fantastic.
Yeah, there's definitely a nostalgia factor here for me because one of the first sets that I remember building was the well, I have it here. I don't know the set number, but I can show you.
Oh, I want those prints.
So good.
Classic space on the.
So here's a blast
they've got
from Holly's
floral detail.
childhood there. So this the set
I'm sorry, Fabby Fan MKE. I'm sure someone will find something wrong with it and they will be wrong.
yeah, I mean
They will be.
Well, Holly, let's see what you've
Effectively.
got there.
yeah, I mean so this was one of my childhood sets.
I have that set. I love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Wow, that
And I
red
actually
truck-
remember building it because I was so in awe. My little car's about to fall off, but I was so in awe of these.
They hinged.
Yeah, the hinge pieces being able to open up. That blew my mind as a kid, which is really funny how simple and basic that is. But as a kid building it, I don't know how young I was. I remember being pretty young.
Nice.
And I'm so thankful for the Jack Stone elements that they added in there
Classic.
to make it more realistic.
Wow, the
And,
articulated gantry with one of my favorite Lego pieces, that red truss piece.
Yeah.
Well, look at this. I love their outfits, and they all have the classic space logo on them, which is
in
so
coral,
cool.
I know, with coral
I
details.
know, coral detail.
classic coral.
Although their molded hands that are molded into the spacesuits are pretty cool. It's very Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
It's
Well, that's why I want it. You guys
fantastic.
know that I do friendly sci-fi space stuff. So I've been waiting forever to get a spacesuit on a mini doll.
Well, there you go.
Forever.
Awesome.
There you go.
Yay, Lego.
Hooray. Oh, hi. Pretty cool.
Do you think one of those is meant to be? Let me look up Sally Ride. It almost looks like someone's trying to.
It does, doesn't it?
4 figures are included. Olivia and William in spacesuits. Dr. Vidya
Wow, she might be South Asian.
and Julian. But not Sebastian. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, the one in blue does have the hair's not as frizzy, but it has a real Sally Ride kind of feel to it as well.
Wow. Very cool. Well, excited about that.
Yeah, that's pretty
Adventure
cool.
play.
Well, and the fact that it's NASA branded, I think, is a really
That's
is
epic.
nice, right?
Means
Yes.
that people who play with Friends sets can do science too.
What? No way.
It has everything that we love. It's got friends, it's got mini dolls, it's got space, it's got coral. So I think we're looking right there, or going right there. Very cool. Well, there's a new set that
Well,
I'm.
thank
very
you for
excited
showing
about.
that. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when's that come out?
When is that? What's the release date on that?
Yeah, that was from Brick Set.
Do they have a date for it to release?
May 1st.
Oh wow.
Okay,
So
5.
pretty cool. I mean, pretty soon.
Okay,
and
so
also
by
pretty-
August it should be on the bulk ordering on their website, right? So 3 months later, you could bulk order all the mini doll components. Yes, I'm so there.
Supposedly.
We need a countdown timer.
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
Well, I'm super excited for that. That's going to be a great one.
Well, plus I just noticed we've got we have these atomic style star-shaped stickers on the building too.
Yeah, those looked really cool. Hooray!
Darn you,
Yeah.
Lego! I keep thinking I have enough, and then two things happen. One, a set comes out that I really want, and two, I need to put together 200 of something in a particular color for a mock.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, we just talked about that. I carpooled with Ben over to Boone's house, and we knew there was going to be good stuff there, like when it's an everything must go sale. And we were just saying, how we like weren't in a hurry to get there because neither of us needs to accumulate any more stuff. And I did pretty well. I mean, this really was about it. Just a few bags of parts. Like I said, I had a hard time even like looking at stuff in the garage, so I didn't want like big stuff. But Ben cracked me up because he walked out of there with like a couple of armfuls of stuff. But I was very proud of myself. I said, no, I really don't need anything more.
Well, what was it that burst that made it past your defenses?
A couple of things, a couple of like things that he built, like some of his mocks that he'd built.
Oh, he was selling those. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like those would have been cool, but again, like I don't feel like I have the proper space to like display them. And my mentality generally was like if somebody else wanted it more, I was happy for them to have it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else he had. I can't even remember now. There were a couple of things that I was like, nothing that I was like, that I had to like struggle hard to resist.
Well, his studio is such a fun place to be anyway. I found it a little overwhelming. Like I wanted to pay attention to the people that were in the room, and there were so many cool things all over the walls.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff. Like I said, the stuff that got my attention was more like the Galador poster and like, things like that were kind of on the walls or hanging from the ceiling. Like that was where I found my eye going.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was fun though.
What time is it?
I like. I will have to say this though. I love the Friends space. I'm looking forward to a Friends Jurassic World mashup because I want to play with. Wait, what do we say, Cara? Was like Olivia's baby T-Rex rescue.
Yes.
I need that.
We all need that.
Dino rescue.
Okay.
Velociraptor antics. They learned how to find the cookies.
I know. Yeah, well, we won't go into the many questions I have about Jurassic Park.
Speaking of cookies.
But speaking of cookies, it's time for... Oh, look. I think he just knows the word time now. Because he gets there. But oh, no. Okay. Oh, yes. It's time.
It's definitely
for
time.
The pause that refreshes. Come on.
Oh my goodness! This was
do
this
not put your
he's
pause
trying to
on the
type.
keyboard. He's trying to end the stream early.
I think you're better at the short throws plan.
You're pretty good at them. At them.
I know
because of
you.
twist. You ready?
Solo.
1, 2.
No, stay. Skittles.
Hey, Logan.
Oh, that was a really good catch.
This is Daddy that throw. That's right, everybody. Here is the next contestant on Cutest Dog. Skittles.
I can't. I'm actually not going to throw it because there's too much stuff for it to fall into.
It's okay. She'll just watch it go by anyway.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
Girl. Yeah, here's a good girl. Maybe we'll do the little like
one eye peeking out.
All right.
How
Hey,
she's
Two
talking
Humble
to the
Bricks. How's
camera.
it going? All right. And it looks like, what is this?
No, I didn't think so.
Oh,
Just gets kookier.
Is that your elves giant T-Rex rescue?
Yep.
Very nice.
T-Rex Cookie Time Rescue Set.
And what's your you have ears?
Oh yeah, they were giving these away on the April 1st release day at the Lego store.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Now, were people standing in a 4-hour line like they did for the
No.
the Figment popcorn bucket at Disneyland?
I mean I went later in the day so that I wouldn't have to do the long lines. But
Right.
Where are you going?
Skittles looks bigger today.
She's a big dog, actually. She says little legs. Hi.
And
Yeah,
that
good
has
dog.
been, friends, Logan Cookie Time.
Okay, I think I dropped him on the floor.
Oh, and Fabby Phantom, he says he must know that Sunday is the only day now. Yes, but I will say he does get he doesn't lack for Logan Cookie Times on the regular. I'll just say
They're
that.
just not
he
broadcast.
reminds us.
He does. He
We're
definitely
running
does.
low.
Oh my goodness. Well, any big plans for now? Oh, by the way, everyone, speaking of big plans,
By Chris Chalice.
if you are for some reason going to be in Billund in September, the Scareback is happening, and that is the big giant Lego fan weekend that used to be run by Lego. It was actually put on by Lego, and then it went, I think in 2005 or something, they decided to stop doing it, but then 3 fans kind of banded together and started their own version and continued it on. So now it is like an official fan weekend that is happening the weekend of, I think it's like the 20th, because that's when we go, is like the 20th.
Yeah.
So it's like the 21st, 22nd, somewhere around there of September. And registration is now open for Scareback. So you can, in fact, sign up. And from what I understand, they fill up pretty quickly. Now, this year might be different just because, post-COVID and people getting back to normal or whatever, but I don't say post, but post-COVID feelings, I should say, perhaps.
Yeah, still a little bit of uncertainty hanging in the air.
Yeah. So
antennas are up.
Mhm.
yeah, that would be not only that, but if you come for Scareback weekend and you come, there is an AFOL day at the Lego house, and that is when we will have our, I don't know if there's an official induction ceremony or whatever, but we'll be having our premiere of our piece being in the Lego house.
Well, and who is it we found out yesterday might be coming to Billund?
Your dad.
My dad, my
What?
dad and mom.
Wow.
Are
That's
talking
cool.
about coming to Billund to see our
the opening.
our big
Wow.
opening.
How
Wow.
fun.
That's fancy schmancy.
So now, can you just drop in as a visitor? I don't really know. Holly would probably know more about like what goes on that AFOL day than anybody else here. So
Yeah.
you want to fill us in on what that's like?
Yeah. So you guys would be putting your stuff into the gallery the day before.
Right.
So then by the time everybody shows up on Thursday, the mock gallery is already like refreshed and it's just there for everybody, all the new stuff for everybody to see. It's like it's a gallery. So there's several different cabinets debuting like several AFOLs from all over the world, of course.
Yep.
But generally, it kind of starts off with a big speech, like a welcome everyone. And for the most part, you just kind of wander around and check out all the exhibits. There's several different ones, like they're kind of color coded. So there's the yellow room, the green room, blue room, and they all sort of feature different activities. And they have like the little cafeteria there. And there's not much to it. Like there's like so much availability for like factory tours. So you may or may not get in on a factory tour. I've done that. I didn't do it one year. I did do it another year.
Can
Yeah,
guests do that as well? Can guests do that? Like if my dad registers for that, do you think they would have a chance?
I guess it's specific, it's closed to the public. So it's an AFOL day. So anyone that registered for Scareback, it's part of the Scareback registration.
That's important. That's important.
So
Now,
so you have
Scareback Scareback registration is free. There's not a fee involved. So
right, but then you do have to buy a ticket for the Lego house. It's a discounted ticket. But you do have to buy that in advance, and it's like only for like that day is blocked out just for Scareback fan weekend attendees.
Got it.
Yep. But yeah, that's about all there is to it. Just kind of hang out. There's an employee store there, or not. Sorry, not the employee store. That's something else. But there's a Lego store there in the house, and sometimes the designers like will show up and maybe do autographs. Like, I don't think that's like guaranteed or anything, but years past, like that has happened. Sometimes they make Lego Ideas announcements there.
I'm gonna guess that there will be a couple of Lego designers we know showing up to that event.
I would guess, yeah, that's probably
designer character greetings.
At least I would hope so. I would hope that Aaron and Boone will be there.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
So, yes, among others, and Justin.
Yeah, Scareback's completely different though, because Scareback's actually like an hour and a half like south of Billund, so it's a bit of a trek down there. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, like closer to the German border. And not all the designers will definitely show up there, but there's usually like there are the usuals that do like come and hang out at Scareback for a day too.
Well, I imagine it's pretty quiet day to day in Billund, so maybe when Scareback's happening, it's kind of an exciting week.
A lot of those guys get super excited to have like visitors in town for sure. Yeah.
I'm sure. And yes, Hooded One, you do have to, it sounds like you need to register for Scareback to enter the Lego house. And I
on
bet
that day,
you,
on that Thursday.
On that one day, yes. And so Minifig Chick, maybe you could drop the link to Scareback Registration.
Got it.
Which is fanweekend.dk is the web address for that.
Registering was really easy. I did it on my phone in like no time.
I know it may have been the easiest like I've ever signed up for, but then I did notice though that they don't do like the US ones do. Like there's not like T-shirts and printed bricks and all that kind of stuff.
No, they have some of that stuff there. Your registration does, I think, come with like. Grab something I've gotten from previous year.
I'm just saying a lot of the ones that I sign up for, there's always like, now fill in what you want on your printed brick and what kind of T-shirt do you want and what.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nothing like personalized. I've never gotten a T-shirt, so I don't even know if they make T-shirts. But here's a couple of things I've gotten from previous years where they have like the Scareback branded.
Oh, that's awesome!
No, cute.
Oh, actually, that's not one. No, that's something else. Oh, maybe
Throw
it
away.
Wait, no, are these? Okay, that might be. I don't even know if that was part of it or not, but those definitely were.
Wow,
like,
oh wow,
Nice.
Yeah, the printed pieces, and then like, but these I think we had to. I want to say we had to buy these, the little keychains.
Whoa!
I think they had some stuff you could buy and some stuff that was like included, and I can't remember which was which. It was a while ago, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, so Hooded One is saying, as someone without a driver's license, covering the distance from Billund to Scareback is a problem.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's something. It's logistically a little. All of it's logistically a little tricky. Nothing is impossible, but it does take some coordinated efforts. A lot of people do carpool.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is you can rent a car, but then once you're down in Scareback, you're generally not really going anywhere because there's not. I mean, there's actually a couple of really cool places like other little towns. The second year for sure. First year, it's so overwhelming. You kind of just want to take in the whole event.
Mm-hmm.
The second year, because I did kind of checked off everything on the first year. The second year, it was more about like, ooh, let's see what else is over here. So I went to other little towns kind of nearby. So it was great that, I had a car for that. But I wouldn't say you absolutely need one. Like you could just, hitch a ride. The tricky part, the very tricky part of carpooling is luggage because those cars are tiny.
Oh,
no. Tiny cars. So you can generally barely only fit like 4 bodies in those cars. And then there's almost like no place to put luggage. So everybody's basically has like their suitcase, in their lap. And most people are bringing like 2 suitcases because you go home with so much stuff. If you buy anything there, it's like, I think at one point we had all of our, because we went with like 2 groups of people, like 2 cabins worth of people. So we had a pretty big group there one year and we had to have like, I think we had some luggage in like a van. So somebody was shuttling luggage down and then it's like, again, logistically, it can be complicated when you start adding, when there are more people involved, it gets kind of difficult. The first year I went by myself and it was like super easy. And then the second year was like, a little more difficult.
So I'm curious to know, Holly, how does How does Scareback, I mean, I don't know if you've been to other Lego conventions in Europe or whatever, but I'm curious how it differs from conventions we have here. Like, because even here, there's a diverse kind of way things are done. Like, I know Brick World Chicago runs things completely differently
Yeah.
from any of the ones that I've been to, as far as like how you display your stuff.
Yeah.
And
Well, the themes aren't separated, right?
yeah, and it's more. So, is there
Yeah,
like,
it's
any
different.
big differences?
I mean, there's definitely some similarities across the board. A Lego con is a Lego con. It's generally about what you would expect, but as far as the details go, one thing I actually like that they don't make it a competition. So there's
Yeah.
no awards, there's no trophies, and generally the people that go to this event that are going to travel to another country for this event are going to be people who are pretty serious about building anyway.
Right.
So the quality of building, and because people are coming from all over the world and there's like cultural differences, etc., it's quite the smorgasbord of mocks. So I can't even begin to imagine how you would judge them, even if you wanted to. But I love that it just isn't a competition. People are just there to show their stuff. It's also not a huge public event because it's a really, really, really small town.
Oh.
So there's tons and tons of mocks. There's two pretty good sized exhibit halls full of displays, and not really a lot of people that come in for the public. I mean, it really is an event for AFOLs mostly. So that's different. And
That's cool.
there are vendors, so that's kind of the same. And that can be really interesting because the vendors, again, kind of come from all over. So they have maybe some different offerings than what you would normally see just in the States.
Fabuland.
Yeah.
Zelda.
Lots of Fabuland. Yeah. There used to be, you guys probably have heard of it, but there used to be like a secondhand shop in town that was a good source for Fabuland stuff.
I've heard, and now it doesn't exist anymore.
No longer there. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
And did I hear that the themes at Scareback also aren't separated? That you just walk around and it can be any theme next to anything
and
else?
they actually have it they have the layout planned. So when you register your mock, they decide exactly where it's going to go, which is awesome. I love it. Like, it was a little bit different for me. I can't remember which year it was, but I went one year where they had me in one place that was like not really a good spot, but I was still just happy to have my spot and not have to worry about like, like having conversed with somebody about like where you're going to set up. And then they ended up moving it because that year in particular, it was they decided to put a display up for like the Lego Ideas 10-year anniversary. And I happened to have my Coraline house there that year. So they actually set us up on like our own little space for that. But otherwise, it's predetermined where your stuff goes, just mostly based on size. And it's all just kind of mixed up, which I like, again, because when you get used to things being set up by theme, I feel like when you get to the Star Wars theme, everything sort of blends together, and I don't feel like I really see everything because I'm just kind of like, oh, Star Wars, as you're like,
And
your eyes
that
sort of
one
glaze
stands
over.
out.
But if somebody has even if it's small, just something really clever and it's Star Wars related, but it's sandwiched between like an Alice in Wonderland build and a, Bionicle build or something, it's like it tends to everything. You kind of have to really like pay attention and look at everything, which I think is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that. Oh, and then there's like there's a cafeteria or like everything is it's almost like a resort. There's like cabins there, and then this is the rec center where they hold the event. So everything's sort of on site. So you eat there, you sleep there. It's like you're pretty much in that. Everything's sort of there in that space. They have a market across the way, so that's a little different usually too.
Interesting.
And how is it negotiating across languages? Is English commonly spoken?
Very, yeah. Like once you go a little ways, like I went down to this little German town that was not far from Scareback, and that was a little bit more challenging. That definitely it slides right into German as generally being spoken, and all the like if you go out to eat, all the menus are just straight up in German. So there was a lot of like using Google Translate to kind of figure things out. And not everybody speaks English very well. Like you can generally kind of get things across, but I went into a bookstore and struggled a little bit to to converse. But
Oh, well, that's
anywhere near Billund, no problem at all. You don't even like, I mean, like I tried to like brush up on some Danish before I went, and it was completely pointless. Like,
well, I try to find at least the politeness words in any language where I'm going to be. Please, thank you,
sure.
good morning. Where can I find the bathroom?
Yeah, I just felt silly, because I don't know. I just felt like silly tourist if I was trying to use any Danish, because the English is so like easily spoken there that it's just like,
yeah.
Well,
is it considered polite to try, or just
I don't know. I couldn't tell. That's the thing, is if I can't ever feel sure, because gosh, Danes are sort of hard to read. I don't know. It's just something about that culture that they're just not generally not like super, super expressive. So sometimes you really can't get a read on whether like how that comes across if you do try to speak in Danish. Like like they certainly won't laugh at you like the French or anything, they won't be like, oh, like how cute.
Well, I found
I've been to France. I've had my experiences. You can't take them away from me.
I found in Europe, so many people are multilingual as compared with lots of people here, that I'm sure I told this story. The first time I was in Germany, I was trying, because I was going to move there for a while, and I was really, really trying to have correct language. And I said to someone in German, do you speak English? And he said, sometimes.
Yeah. And the Germans are a little different though. Like and this is all just personal experience, so I can only say based on like how I've experienced it. But
sure, that's fair.
I hung out with a lot of Germans, because the first year that I went by myself, not knowing anybody. I ended up like staying in a cabin with like strange Germans, like people I didn't know at all, and they were so fantastic. And of course, they knew all the like they were their own group, right? There was like this group of Germans that all sort of like knew each other and hung out. All really great people that I'm still like friends with, but they were pretty great. Like they will like happily like try to teach you German, especially the naughty words, like they love it. But but the Danes are just, I think they're just, it's a very international town. And so I almost feel like English is kind of the first language in Billund, because people come from all over. And they even have like the international school there for the kids, where of course the kids are expected to learn Danish, but I'm pretty sure like English is just the most commonly like quote unquote universal language in that area. So again, it just doesn't feel like I just had no need for my Danish, other than like every now and then like looking at a menu or something like that. Sometimes it was good to have like the basics, but I didn't feel like I needed it conversationally at all. Okay, but if you go anywhere else, like if you were to go to one of the little towns around there, it would it's super useful, because the very first thing I did when I got to Billund was to try and explore, because I had some time, and that's the first thing I did. I landed in this little town, and just walking down the street, some guy came up to me speaking Danish, and I was like, oh, I'm English, and he was like, oh, like never mind.
I know what I need to work on actually before going on this trip, where we will be shipping our piece and maybe doing a little bit of repairs, is to figure out how to say in Danish, where can I find a dark red 2x2 round? Yeah, there you go.
Oh God, I'm so nervous about that shipping part of it. Well, at least it's going to be mostly under our control on the way there.
Okay, can I run an idea by you? Maybe I know you've all shipped stuff in the past. Here's my idea. So we've got 6 modules plus some other mosaic stuff and all that. And the smallest modules are going to go in these Pelican cases, these plastic flight cases, but they're kind of small and they have handles. And it makes me think someone, a flight crew is just going to chuck them onto the thing. Yeah. So I thought to maybe get a couple of inexpensive college dorm footlockers, like a trunk, and then pack the Pelican cases packing inside of the trunk. So then you have to pick it up. It's a little bit heavier, and they won't run it on the conveyor belt. And maybe they'll just like have to put it in oversize.
Everything goes on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, and then and then we're gonna put that inside of a steamer trunk, and then that inside of a crate.
I was gonna say, you're just adding more mass into the kinetic energy that's gonna be. I mean, right? The hard stop.
I think so. I think the point of the Pelican case is to keep everything pretty compressed.
Mm-hmm. That's my idea. Is I want to press down on the top to keep them squished.
And I think
for this weekend, This
Okay.
week, my son had to do an egg drop for his STEM class, and I think that'd be a way to grade how your mock's going to look.
Can
Just-
you fill
just 6 foot drop it.
can you fill people in on what an egg drop is?
Yeah, so you take a raw egg and then you have to design a container and a system so that when you throw it off of a roof or down several stories, the egg doesn't break. It's a classic science engineering kind of challenge thing where you give the kid a raw egg and then they've got to devise a way to get it, when you throw it from a height, to land safely and not break.
I remember seeing solutions with plastic drinking straws, popsicle sticks, toothpicks.
This is great. Yeah. So Blair says filling voids that can collapse is key.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So those little and air pockets are almost useless, like the little airbags, because the sharp corners of the bricks pop them pretty easily. So
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
towels and things.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
something a little firmer. And
Yeah,
I'm thinking
Martin-
about taking Legos
Foam.
Clue. Yes, we'll have foam in the
Mhm.
cases for sure.
Mhm.
I think we're gonna make a couple of crates for the 2 larger modules. But I want to take Legos Clue when they shipped one of Flynn's mocks back and maybe build Lego cages or add additional support columns inside.
Yeah, they like built a box of bricks around the mock,
Hmm.
which
You can do
was
that, sure.
Well, if you've got limitless bricks, that's a lot
Yeah,
easier.
exactly. And also saran wrap works really
Yes.
really well.
I mean, that's basically how I've gotten everything like across the country in one piece. Or I went to Scareback with my house, in a camera bag that was pretty like compartmentalized. So I'd sort of taken it apart in components, wrapped them in saran wrap, and bagged them. So each section, was pretty tight. And then if any little pieces fell off, they were still contained within.
Yeah, that's what
That
I love about
bag,
the
yeah,
saran wrap
exactly.
thing.
It was
Yeah.
pretty successful. Yeah.
I
spent
just
the last
arrive a
2
day
years-
early. That's what I did when I mailed all
Got
that
you.
stuff to Portland. Is I arrived a day early so I could just sit there in the hotel room and reconstruct.
Yeah, there's always
everything.
rebuilding involved. Like my rooftops, especially, like collapsed every time there was just snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Couldn't.
gave, we do get a whole day to set up.
Yeah.
And when I was speaking to my contact over at Lego, she was even like, well, if you think it's going to be a lot, we can just bring you in a day early.
Yes, please.
So we would have an extra day. So I was like, yes, please. Bring us
Yeah, you
in
can
an
talk to
extra
Ryan
day.
about that, because Ryan spent, he had his coral reef. You talked about delicate. Yeah, like I think he definitely took the longest to set that up. He was there all day.
Oh, I can
Yeah,
imagine.
well, I mean, God, when I remember when we first started our first big build, which was California Dreamin', we
didn't
it came
fully-
apart in like 10 different 32 by 32 piece modules, which each got packed in their own individual banker's box. And then we rented,
Wow.
I remember that we rented a big car. We didn't have a car at that point. We rented a big car to drive down with it so that it would have, like a kind of an SUV type car. And when we got there, they didn't have any more SUVs. And so they gave us like a white van.
A giant van.
And it was 10 times larger than what we needed. So it kind of like, it was kind of pointless because then we had to strap all the boxes inside. But oh man, no man.
Part of the adventure of being an AFOL is
Yeah.
getting it there safely. I think that's part of, like, I don't know. I think painters have their own challenges, but they have an easier time getting their art to the gallery.
Yeah. Are you going to display any of this anywhere before you get to Billin? Like, is any of it going to go on Bricks by the Bay?
I think only in our house.
I mean, it depends, because the modules, the way they fit together, if we were to take it apart and just show a section of it, you'd see all the ugly like
giant mills
part that you're not
stacking.
supposed to see like on the side.
Yeah.
I think more to the point, we would probably, once it comes back from Billund, tour the entire piece
Mhm.
in the US to the different conventions.
That's a good
I think-
idea.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we're considering if there's time and we have any bricks left by the time we're done building this, that we might build something. So one of the themes of Scareback this year is castle.
Mhm.
and they have these 32 by 32 by 32, like basically like IKEA shelves with the square, kind of like the ones we have in the back, square that will perfectly fit a 32 by 32 castle. And so you can bring a 32 by 32 by 32 castle in and display it as part of the thing there. So we might do that.
Yeah, that's the tricky part too. Is like if you're bringing your mock for the AFOL gallery, then like, what do you display at Scareback, or do you, for the fan weekend?
I don't know. I kind of want to bring something that I can just fit in my backpack. Like, here's
Yeah.
my little, I'll bring a micro castle or something.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm going to be so overwhelmed with
You will
the
be.
with the whole experience. I just want to wander around and look at cool stuff.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, you've got like, it's not like anybody's gonna be like, so where's your mock? And even if they do, you'd be like, oh, it's in the gallery.
I
you
know
know?
it's in the Masterpiece Gallery at the Lego
Yeah.
House. You can see
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah.
That's all you brought.
One of the things I'm really, really excited about, I gotta say, going to Scareback, is that no one will recognize us, and we can just fly under the radar as people who are at the convention.
That's probably true. Like, yeah, I met a couple of people that had been on like Lego Masters, like UK or whatever, and was able to just kind of like, I wouldn't have known if they hadn't mentioned it,
Right.
Like, we were able to have a whole conversation before it got to that, which was nice. They didn't get that feeling of like, ooh, fangirl kind of thing,
Well, he says that, but then what he didn't mention is the way we go to conventions now, which is with a giant 24 by 36 poster with arrows pointing at us saying, don't you know who we are?
He's making that up. That doesn't
We didn't,
really happen.
that didn't happen? All right.
It was all in your head.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
Somebody
world
else,
in
it's
there.
usually somebody
That's
else
what it
holding
felt
the
like.
arrow that was like, don't you know who these guys are? Yeah.
Oh, well, I definitely got that feeling when we were signing autographs at the at Bricks Cascade, that there was a certain number of people who were getting your autograph because you were somebody sitting behind a table with a pen with like a sign over you.
Who was that one great kid? There were lots of great kids, but there was this
the one who said he hadn't watched the show, but he was getting the autographs because those are worth some money. I might make $2 off of this.
Oh my
which
gosh.
I laughed so hard. I was like, oh my god, that
He
sounds
was
like
a
something
little
I would say he
businessman.
was.
That's so funny. You guys had your fans though. I saw the gushing. We couldn't even escape without, there's a whole family that flagged them down. Like, wait, we were here to see you guys. They were so cute.
That
Sweet,
was
it was
very
fun.
sweet, and it was like a and there was a lot of we definitely get attention from queer people, which makes me really happy. People who seek us out. Like that was the couple that stopped us in the line as we were leaving. They're like, we got in line just to talk to you. It was like a queer couple, and
I didn't even pick up on that.
yeah, I mean, just to be. That's
cool.
I love everybody that wants to come and chat with us, and I have hold, of course, a special place in my heart to the queer fans who come out to talk to us. It just makes me, they feel represented, which is, I think,
That feels good.
one of the bigger takeaways for me from the whole Lego Masters experience was that, which wasn't our intention in the beginning, but that people felt represented. That makes me really happy.
Yeah. Yeah. And represented well, I might add.
Oh,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Holly. Thanks.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
It
So,
makes a difference.
what mocks do any of you have a dream mock you're looking forward to starting? Something you haven't started yet?
I've probably got about 1,000 ideas of things I want to build.
I saw some knowing looks cross the screens there.
Knowing, head nodding.
Mhm.
Yep,
What about you, Moto? Do you have anything in the works?
I do. There is a there's a special community build for season 2 Lego Masters that's going to be done in Chicago. So I can't tell you what it is.
Oh, very
But
cool.
any-
Squirrel.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to that.
Fun. Anybody else? No.
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 What are
Okay.
those are
I saw the
canary
cat head
feathers.
sitting over here glaring at
Canary
me.
feathers on your shirt there, Holly.
What's that?
Looks like the cat that ate the canary.
Yeah. No, we don't.
It's
We
okay,
don't talk.
we'll move on.
We don't talk about Holly's mocks.
No.
Well, I am looking forward to more of those 10-hour build days in our future.
Yeah.
Especially since I have a couple
By
of
the way,
days off now.
are we doing stickers today?
Stickers.
We
We
could.
could.
I haven't researched one, so it'll definitely be off
This
the cuff.
this is a second April 1st thing at the Lego store. So
Okay,
they
well,
were
hang on.
giving-
Let me get the. If we're gonna do this, we got to do it
Oh,
right.
You gotta do it right. Okay.
Here we go.
So if you went to the Lego store on April 1st, they had 2 free stickers. One,
Oh,
nice.
How
Oh,
fun!
wow.
those are cool.
so yep, official Lego stickers for eggs, which is cool. And this one's even better. I would have purchased these. Felt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Oh man.
So felt stickers, official Lego felt stickers in
I
dots
want
shape.
those.
So yeah,
those
if you
would
want to
go
make anything
well with
fuzzy,
the trolls.
Oh, we got those. That's right. Yeah,
go
those
well
little
with the
dots.
trolls felt pieces.
Yeah, I
Right?
got those
Yep.
for you. Remember?
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. So I thought this was really cool.
that is
So
pretty
if I ever want to
awesome.
make something fuzzy or furry, I can now sticker it up with dots. And it'll be purist.
Mm.
I don't know if we have stickers nearby.
I know we have our huge archive of stickers.
but not close by. That's the only problem.
Or we could do minifigures instead.
I have
We
those.
could do minifigures instead.
Okay.
All right, Holly, you good to go?
No, go to somebody else first.
Cara.
Mine's
Okay.
buried somewhere.
In another of my series of these little vignettes that I use the official Lego minifig display case for. So I have this Photoshop background to support the bagpiper.
Oh, nice. That's such a great fig.
It's a great fig, and I mean I really enjoy bagpipe music anyway. So
Well, you can hear the bagpipes echoing through that rock opening.
right,
Hey, Jake, how's it going? Welcome.
there we go. That's my minifig.
All right, and coming in hot. It's
Blair.
sometimes Blair. How
Blair.
you doing,
Ahoy,
Blair?
hoy, everybody.
Ahoy.
You made it in just at the end.
I'm here for a very special thing. Yes, indeed.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, for my minifigure.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Well, let's. I mean, is it momentous enough that you want to go last?
I'll go whenever, but I'm just happy to be here. I've been listening and watching while I've been eating breakfast and packing. I'm trying to crop out the sea of boxes out here in the studio. I can't move to my left or my right or anything. I'm getting ready to head to the storage unit today and start actually loading stuff out. So.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Moto.
Sure.
Oh no!
So let's take a look at what we have here.
There we
Yay!
What is up with the face? Is that a breather or is this a terrifying mouth?
That's a mustache.
Mustache.
go. Oh man.
Oh dear!
Wow, he's kind
Wow.
he's kind of buff. Like he's done a ton of push-ups.
Wow.
Yeah, don't mess with the fire safety rescue people here. Oops, there goes another one. But yeah, I'm going to continue my Jack Stone trend of horror with. How would you like
Very
to have this
elegant.
person rescue you from a burning building?
Well, I would appreciate being rescued in any case, but yeah.
Yeah.
Come
right,
with
Holly,
me if
you
you want
ready?
to live.
Yeah. I'm ready. All right. So another special acquisition from Boone's place was Timbertown Timmy,
Nice.
classic time cruiser's torso.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Time cruisers.
I was actually wearing some time cruisers for the DeLorean launch. Speaking of time,
No.
I am not mounted on a pile of boxes. No, definitely not.
All right,
I
we'll
didn't
go
just
next,
almost
and
lose
then
my
Blair.
figure.
All right.
Okay, I think. Am I right? I think that this Parker isn't this Parker.
That sounds
No, that
right.
is not Parker.
Who is this?
From Hidden Side?
That's not Parker. That's from I think one of the city sets.
She looks like a bug just flew in her eye.
Yeah.
Serious drink going on there.
And then I
thought
have now
Parker
this
has a
one
yellow
is
cap, I thought.
I mean it's already started its transformation, but we this is from I believe it's not Ninjago. I think this is a Nexo Knights villain, which we are slowly turning into our Hades fig for our Lego
Underworld.
thing. And right now he's got the spider. I think we'll probably use his head and the Spider Queen crown and the wings, and we're gonna swap out the body. But this is kind of like he's in transition right now between people.
I think he needs more regal clothing.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But-
Get some robes on that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really love that Spider Queen crown because it also kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
the Hela crown a
Mhm.
little
Mhm.
bit. And then those wings are just so cool.
Have you tried combining him with the Disney CMF Maleficent parts?
Ooh, no, but that's a great
good
idea.
I'm getting those vibes from that purple and the outfit just running perfectly together.
That's a great idea.
He's also going to have a fabulous throne.
Oh yeah.
A fabulous throne, maybe with
He
some
probably
bionicle
can't
parts.
sit in because of the wings.
What was that?
I said a fabulous throne that he probably can't sit in because of the wings.
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
I think it's going to be an ergonomic throne that accepts wings.
Brilliant.
Ooh, and
Yeah.
you know what I found? Check this out. This was from like I don't know if it was from whatever, but it was a big squid, like a creepy squid like thing, and it came with these eyes.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Love those. Yeah.
And they glow in the dark. Yeah.
Oh, do they?
The back part, yeah. The part of the with the red splotchy stuff,
with
it's
the
glow in the
red
dark.
splotch.
Oh,
Super
that makes me want to
creepy.
animate that so
Yeah, those
much.
are
Wow.
great.
Well,
I
it's
need to
cool
find
because
that.
this is that little holder that lets that move around, so you can
Mhm.
aim the eyeballs wherever you want them. But that is absolutely terrifying.
Where did you get those from?
I found them in a
Oh,
bulk.
helicopter.
Yep,
Yeah, I don't see those anymore for sure.
pretty cool.
And then Blair.
And then now Blair with his special presentation.
There's also a helicopter going over. Hopefully that's not too loud for everybody. But
Yeah.
I've wanted this figure for a very long time, and it's super rare and super special. But then I started working at the Lego store, and I wanted it even more. And the other day, somebody found me one, and I am ecstatic.
Oh, yeah.
yay!
So now we move out of the picture. There we go.
There we go.
Focus on the minifigure. So yeah, it's the aproned Lego store employee figure. And it's now living in a sealed video container so that he's extra safe. But yeah, that just warmed my little heart, my little
That's
ABS
awesome.
heart.
You need to make
Love
a
it.
little. You need to make a little Lego employee apron for Brick Blair.
Yes. a little yellow thing that just clicks on. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That would be
Maybe he
awesome.
could go to work for me while I move out of this house.
Where are you moving, by the way?
We don't know yet, but just with the way the market is right now, we're ready to play the game and get more space so that I'm not in a sea of boxes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I feel you on
And-
that one.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And plus the
A lot of
kid is
space out
8.
here.
Yeah. So we see a few out there that we might be able to get. A couple near Yano, a couple, further out on the east side. But we'll just end up somewhere that's going to be a better space for us. That's what we know. And
Cool.
with the kid being 8 and then adopting 2 fur babies who have grown into fur children, they are needing more space to run around and to play, and obviously more space for Lego all the time. So
Yep.
fingers crossed. It should be a pretty quick process too. I mean, it shouldn't take more than a couple months.
If you're
Because
not
of the way
moving
things.
to Denmark or Texas or
I mean,
anything
I'm
else,
applying
my
for
heart.
another. I'm applying for another Lego position in Denmark, so maybe timing will be just perfect, and I'll sell this house and just go straight to Denmark. I mean, that would be a dream, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I hope your fur babies stop growing and they're not accidental mountain lions or something.
The boy is definitely like he is enormous now, but thankfully Muffin is still Muffin size. She's kind of manageable. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, it has been a delightful Sunday, as always. And I think we're gonna wrap it up for today so we can jump on this building. Oh, and by the way, that's what the inside of that eyeball thing looks like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. I'm
That's
a fan.
crazy.
And I'm pretty sure either that piece or if it's like a translucent glow in the dark piece that goes over the front, one of those two pieces glows. I'm not sure if it's that side or the other side. It's hard to tell.
Let's see.
Here, don't we have?
Oh, it's actually the
Should be the translucent.
it's this piece. It's
Yeah.
It's the transparent piece.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a great piece.
That's awesome.
So who knew? All right, well, friends, it has been
You did.
I know, right? It's been a delightful Sunday. How fun to talk about Scareback and get a little bit of an idea of what that's like. Thank you, Holly, for enlightening us all on that. Very exciting.
Happy to
Now-
take one for the team.
Yes. So starting next week, we will be having a rotating roster of special guests. Who will be our first guest on the next one? Who can say? It's going to be very exciting, though, nonetheless.
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Yes, you can see
Maybe.
he's right here. Yes, so it should be a fun time. We're going to be doing we'll be having things from the crypt, and also if you are missing the Friday build challenges, we have kind of moved those over to Tricky Lug. They're now monthly build challenges, but there is some really cool stuff coming up, so definitely be sure to join in on those if you're missing out on those. Our current one is doing a mock that could appear in Lego's Botanicals line. So Lego plants of some kind, and there is a Lego bonsai tree to be had as well.
As a little prize.
Definitely, if you want to join in on that, you can contact our lovely minifig chick, trickylug@gmail.com, for your invitations and all that good stuff. And of course, the Discord is another place that you can go to find out about all that good stuff.
What does it cost to join Tricky Lug?
Just your soul.
Yay!
It costs love of Lego.
Oh, just show up.
Yeah, just show up. So definitely come and check that out if you haven't got a chance. And no, by the way, before anybody says anything, I still haven't changed the closing graphic. It still says that we're doing the other shows, but we are not. It is now once a week. I'll have it done by next week. Yeah. So
what today it was like almost our opening graphic.
it was almost our opening graphic, but it will be. We will be here every Sunday, 10 a.m. With, of course, some exceptions for big trips that we might be going to on, things like that.
But we'll tell you all about it
Exactly.
over and over again before we do it.
I know, ad nauseum. So, I do know. It's actually something exciting will be happening next week.
What's
that
that?
might be something having to do with Jurassic Park, but we can talk about that later.
Oh,
I know. I surprised everybody on the panel with that one as well.
Yeah.
So fun and exciting. Everybody, hope you have a great rest of your week. And until Until next Sunday, don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask when and where you still need to, get that vaccine, get that booster shot, all that good stuff. And we will see you. Oh, hi. We will see you. We will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Happy building.
I really do. I still haven't changed that since we were doing Wednesdays.
Bye.
Just
Pretty sure
scratch
the
it
audio-
out.